Alright, hey guys, welcome back to Big Cosplay X, almost at Studios. Today we're going to be doing Wolverine Claws. I have my template here. So the way you're going to make this is you're going to scale it to your arm like it would be able to retract. That way it's not too big, not too small. So just make it about this big. You're going to make it a little bit bigger when you actually make your claw. You're going to make this a little curved down here. But what you're going to need for the actual build is you're going to need a sheet of foam. I've already drawn out my final one. You're going to need a ruler to measure and stuff. You're going to need a knife, a bunch of skewers, and then you're going to need some model magic clay for the hands. Alright, let's get into the build. Alright, you should have something like this. If you get a tip that looks lame, all you're going to have to do is grab a pair of scissors, chop chop, and so yeah, like I said, you're going to need a little curve so that it really fits in your hand. Keep your little pieces like this. They're really good. Wiping glue, they're really good for that. Make sure that your bottom is kind of like straight as it can be, because you're gonna want to glue your skewer onto it like this on the bottom, so that way it doesn't bend as much. And then we're gonna get to there's a whole lot of skewers and stuff in this, so yeah. Alright, so once you have your main one, you're gonna cut out the rest. Feel free to like adjust so that it sits higher on your wrist and not like curves down. So yeah, adjust it and then come back. So once you cut out all of your blades, you're gonna notice that, I mean, unless you're a perfect being, you're gonna have they're gonna be uneven. One way to fix it is align the tips to get them to be pretty much even. And then kind of just holding it like that. And there we go. Now they're all the same size. This is going to be my right hand. And this one is going to be my left hand. Alright, so once you finish cutting everything up, I had to do adjusting. So now that it looks good, go away. I just got a message. You're going to take your skewer and you're going to kind of put it at the tip. If you want to get rid of the tip so that when you go to stab someone, you don't poke them, or just put it a little bit farther behind, that's fine. So just about from the beginning, so about the beginning of where your hand cuts off, yeah, so just kind of put it like that. And then you're just going to glue it up. Alright, and then once you have that, you should have something like this. Try not to get any glue off the like real sides, because then it's going to look bad. Once you paint it, it's going to look pretty bad. But you're just going to want to pick off some parts Make sure like there's no little strings of glue. Make sure that it doesn't look like it's terrible. So yeah, you just kind of glue it on there, and now it's not gonna wiggle as much. Well, like this part isn't. So you see, if you grab right here, it's not gonna like wiggle as much as this. So just do that on all 6, and then we'll get to the next part. All right. So after playing around with them and acting like you're the Wolverine, let's just get back to business. So, after you have organized which finger's gonna have which blade, you're gonna mess around with them more. Just kidding. I'm so sorry. You're gonna grab one of them. You're gonna grab another skewer. So right now we're at 7 skewers, and you are going to measure about this much. Okay? Okay. Alright. So you're gonna cut about this much. So you're gonna have like a little toothpick sized piece of wood. The way that you're gonna make sure that you know where to glue is you're gonna put it where it needs to be, press down a little bit, and then you're just gonna glue the indent. Just like this. You're gonna do it just like that. Now, look, doesn't bend. Don't do what I just did and immediately glue it on. You want multiple of them. I'm sorry, I'm not thinking apparently. Anyway, you're gonna make at least 3 for each, and 12 if you want. You're gonna press it down on whichever side you want. Press down, glue in that little groove. And voila! Sturdy claws instead of flimsy claws. Because Wolverine has sturdy claws. See? Much sturdy. If you're doing this, you know that I'm telling the truth. It's much sturdier. Alright, and that's this tutorial. All you have to do is paint, and that's it. You're done. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. So, you're just gonna repeat those steps. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. All you need to have is some primer and some silver spray paint. Or Plasti Dip, either one works. Good coat on there. You don't need to get the ends because those don't really matter. But yeah, you have great claws right now. Alright, and then once you have all of your blades complete and they're all nice, shiny, and spray painted, you can... You're going to make a little support system that looks something like this. That way they don't move around like my last pair. My last pair, I just stuck them into the molding clay, but now they're almost evenly spread out, and they're not really gonna adjust because of my hand. So yeah, we're just gonna make a little support system like this, and we're about to go into the time lapse. Hopefully it turns out a lot neater than this, but yeah, you're gonna need 8 little support systems, or you can have 4 and just drive them through, but you know, I'm not doing that, so. Alright, and time lapse. Now, if you're just satisfied with your support beams, I'm gonna call them, and you don't need any more clay or any clay at all, that's fine. You don't need it. I mean, if you did really well with these, but I'm gonna put some clay on mine so that it looks good, it looks decent, and so that this one is a little less wobbly, and so that they don't break. So here comes the fun part. You're gonna grab your air dry modeling, soft, squishy modeling material. That's what mine says. And you're just gonna rip. Alright. So you're just gonna grab a good chunk, good squishy chunk, about this much. You're just gonna need about like a handle worth. So if you want to measure it out, go ahead and do that. So then what you want to do is you're just gonna grab a small amount of it and place it in between the bars. Start forming it to your finger. See, just add a little bit in between. This will act as like a little cushion between your fingers. So that way you have something a little bit softer to grab onto than just some wooden skewers. So between, that way that there's a little air, I guess, if you want air. But just kind of pack it in there. Pack it in all good. There we go. Now, if you have something like this that's easy to fix over time, you're just gonna let it dry like this. Or if you did a really good job on your support, which apparently I did not. Now you're just gonna want to cover everything so that when it dries sturdy around it. You don't want to go all crazy. I'll show you a bad example of a handle, which are the second attempt of claws, and they look so much better. And the last ones, I tried to sand them down, and they didn't turn out good at all. Like, they're bad. But you know, you can't get everything down on the first try. So yeah, just kind of cover everything, make a good old handle for you. Make it comfortable, make a little grip, squeeze down onto it just a little bit to give it that grip. Alright, yep, and then that's the first claw done. Oh my gosh. So yeah, just kind of leave it flat on the table, just like this. So you should have something that looks like this. Do you think I should do shoutouts? This thought just came across my mind. Well, if you guys think I should do shoutouts, I want you in the comments to put your name. You don't have to put your last name, but put your name and say you want a shout out, and I'll pick a random person. I'm gonna go ahead and do the second handle, so I'll see you then. And that's what you should get after being complete, just a handle. And now let's go on to an example of what not to do during your experience of making a Wolverine Claw.